What's up, peeps? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Gage,
Your boy D.
and today we're doing an off-the-cuff review. We just watched Smile 2, directed by the same director as the first one, Parker Finn. And real quick, what was your opinion on the first Smile?
Oh man, it was great. Like it's just have you there like the whole time. Just like what's gonna happen next? Like what is this thing? Like so many questions. Like it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, same. I came out of the first Smile back when I first saw it, thinking it was good. I always thought that it's kind of a remake, the same concept as It Follows, just not with an STD demon, ST demon. But I thought it was really good, and the monster at the end always like gave me the heebie-jeebies,
Crazy,
creepy. Yeah,
I wasn't expecting it. Whoa.
in the original, yeah, I didn't expect that either. I just expected some just it to show just another creepy person with a fucking smile.
Yeah, like or I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. But they delivered, and it was awesome. So we just watched Smile 2, and we're a little bit late to the game, but I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. I was really excited for this one.
Oh, yeah,
and what do you think about this one, about Smile 2?
Man, they definitely upped the ante on this one. Like,
Yeah.
And it was like a lot more context, a lot more like what the WTF moments.
You get to see more of what the entity can actually do.
Yes.
Which is crazy because in the first one, if I remember right, it's like kind of does some creepy stuff, but this one it's all like full-blown hallucinations,
taking control type stuff.
Yeah, pretty fucking crazy. I had a lot more questions with this one, but I highly enjoyed it.
Yes.
It was acted very well.
The lead actress in this, I forgot her name. What is her name? I can't recall, but she did a phenomenal job. She did. Nobody else could play it better. I feel like she did it that well.
Yeah, she did fantastic.
Whoa.
Naomi Scott,
For
sure.
Wonderful job. This is a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I thought she did amazing. I know Kyle Gallner came back from the first one for like a quick cameo at the beginning, and every time I see him, I'm like, hey, it's my boy Kyle. Fucking, he's always great in everything.
Yeah, for sure.
He's in a lot of decent horror movies and a lot of shitty horror movies, but it's always a good time when he shows up. The one part, like I had heard a lot about Jack Nicholson's son.
Yeah.
And I had seen the posters, and he's in just like 2 scenes, but those 2 scenes, he steals the fucking show.
Nailed it.
Yeah, that one scene with them in the car where it's a flashback, it was very tense.
Very tense.
The camera shot, the way it would go back and forth to them, and you see how fast they're going in the car, and they're both it's just like accumulating just this tension between them and this anger, and it's like very
relatable.
Very nerve-wracking. Yeah, very relatable. Yeah, for sure. Who else? There's like you said, Naomi Scott was incredible in this.
Incredible.
Like there's a lot of range that you had to show in this specific role, and I think she did very well.
Check mark.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of I guess you can't talk too much about the special effects because there's not too many special effects. There is a decent amount. A decent amount of gore and shit like at the beginning when dude hits himself with the weights.
Yeah.
That was intense.
And
this fucking is the fucking flesh peeling from his jaw and stuff.
Yeah, and
Pretty crazy.
in the very beginning, like I'm gonna say 3 minutes into the movie, guy walking by, it was a flaming person.
Oh!
there, and
Yeah,
whoa.
just out of nowhere. They
Out
don't
of
even
nowhere.
explain. It's just all like, oh, hey, guy's on fire over there, but check out this house. Yo. Put any focus on it, no explanation. You blink it and you fucking miss it.
Yeah. It was good. I said the Human Torch is in this, like, oh my
Very
god.
interesting, yeah. Like, what the fuck? Okay, cool.
Oh my god. That was right off the bat, like right off the bat.
Yeah, right, for sure. I usually like with horror movies try to pick out like good practical effects if there's practical effects or CG because you'll have practical is making a resurgence, but of course with movies like this one I'd say they use more CG and it's not particularly to its detriment. I think it works, especially at the end with the fucking monster.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and I wouldn't call this exactly a practical effect, but still one of the more creepier aspects and or more creepier parts and more, I don't know, intense and visually pleasing parts was when she's getting chased in her apartment by, I guess, her dance crew. They're all smiling at her.
That was a beautiful
That was really good. Oh yeah, for sure. They're all climbing on each other, like going through the hallway.
And like synchronized, like it was
Yeah.
synced.
So yeah, and like that of course isn't technically special effects, but the choreography to do that had to have been insane.
Insane.
Like really fucking good. I thought that whole thing was great. They're all like she turns back to them and they're all like on top of each other in the doorway.
Crazy.
Wild. I thought that was great. The monster, of course, at the end, he looks a little different. I was hoping we'd get a little bit more insight on like what he looks like in his form.
Yeah.
He looked a little different. I don't know. Maybe not as terrifying as in the first one.
Yeah.
Because the first one you get a full-on face shot.
And then the body.
Yeah. I think it was cool how they did it though, as he's ripping out of her scar.
And her body just flops and he's
Yeah.
just right there. And I had the monster, like, I noticed it have multiple mouths.
Yeah, same in the
In the first one.
Yeah,
So
he had
is
multiple layers of teeth.
Yeah, and I was thinking, like, is it people prior that he was possessed? Is it like adding on to like the like even in the freezer scene when she was fighting herself, which it was the monster,
Maybe.
and the eyes and you just see multiple mouths.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and it kind of looked like it kept going,
There's
like
teeth
infinite.
coming out from like inside of her mouth.
Yeah, so
maybe, but at the same time, it's like who's to say that that's even its true form?
yeah, like
Since she's the only one, the victim is the only one that could see all of this, and we learned in this one they could do whatever, like make you see whatever the fuck they want you to see. Who's to say that's even its true form, if it even has a true form?
yeah.
So, but I don't know. I find that interesting, and that ending specifically. Oh my gosh! I figured. What?
Like a drop the mic moment.
Yeah. Well, near the beginning. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. I called that at the beginning, like, oh, she's a pop star. What if this happens, like, in front of many crowds? Can it multiply?
Yeah.
And it just shows that happening, but it doesn't show the consequences. It just fucking ends. So it's like, okay, are you setting up for Smile 3? Because I hope so.
Me personally, because she's like the biggest star in this world. Mm. So, and in this era we live in now, everybody like to go live.
Oh yeah.
Like, can they go through video when the killing is happening right now because it is live?
Does all the people watching it live or even just on a YouTube video can fucking just catch it now? It's interesting still too, because I was wondering, like, does it multiply or does it just choose one of those people to latch on to.
Or it can be like
It's pretty interesting.
in one place, like be it numerous places at one and I don't know. He just this entity is like very confusing and like
Yeah.
we don't
It's
know like
very
the full
vague.
extent. We seen more of what he can do in this, but what can he do after that? Like if they do have a Smile 3, like it's gonna be wild.
Well, they keep it vague, I think, just because they can up the ante without having any consequences on the canon, you know? So, like, if they want to do something even more batshit insane than what they did in this one, they can, because who's to say that it can't do that or what it really is? Because same with this one compared to the first one. It was so vague as to, like, what it is exactly in the first one, where in this one, it's all like, you don't know that it can't fucking just make you think you're in an entirely different room or driving a fucking car or being driven by it.
Yeah,
I had a lot of questions for that scene.
Like seriously,
I had a lot of questions for that scene until it kind of was all like, oh, none of that was actually happening. I guess, I don't know. So, like, most of the movie, it seems like she's seeing and hallucinating things, but then, oh, I actually was forced to kill my mother. Or, the driving scene, of course. We're driving on the highway with my friend, who's not really my friend. It's the demon. So this is all in my head. So the demon is making you think you're in the passenger seat while it's driving, but you're actually driving, and so is it controlling you and making you drive on the highway?
I think it's kind of a sense like it's pretty much telling you the passenger in your own body. But I'm the driver.
I mean, I guess, and then like by near the end it's like, oh, I guess none of that really happened. But up to what point was none of that happening? Because suddenly she snaps into a further period in time than what we had already seen. So, like, how much of that time was spent just her in her head with this Smile demon controlling her?
Yeah, I'm starting to think it had to been a little bit after she was wearing that at first. Because she is directly back in something she don't want to wear. But now she's wearing it in front of millions of people.
Yeah.
So I think it happened like a little bit after that.
It was a little bit after that too, where all the crazier stuff started happening as well.
Like the dude,
the dude coming out smiling, and she goes in and her whole place is just trashed.
Oh, and no, the acne dude.
Oh, well, that was before that, wasn't it? Oh, the first time. You mean the second time? Which we said we mentioned something quite funny. Apparently, this demon has a sense of humor, which,
hilarious.
Of course, we realize further into the movie too, because at the end it's all laughing like, none of this is real, and she tries to like off herself, and like, you're fucking tripping balls right now.
Yeah, like, whoa.
So, one of the more earlier hallucinations, there's this fan at a signing that was all acne up, all nasty, and he was getting a little too gropey with her, and was all like, "Oh, I can make you happy, yada yada yada." And then later on at night in her apartment by herself, she sees the door is unlocked. Someone had walked in, like knocked her water over. And then the shirt that she had signed for that guy was there, and we were like, oh, fuck, that guy's here. And then it's going down the hallway, and you just see his clothes, different articles of clothing, and then at the end, it's just some tidy whities with a shit stain in it. And it's like, okay, but this isn't real. So the demon is like, oh, yeah, you think he was scary before. Just wait till you fucking see the skid marks in his underwear. Wait a second.
She's so scared she might shit her pants. Like, whoa, like, and it looked like piss and shit at the same time. Because it was a yellow hue around it.
That was, I was like, wow, how creative.
Oh my God.
He really thinks this stuff through.
We noticed that like shortly after that. I'm like,
you're like immediately like, wait a second.
Hold up.
right when it pans, we both were like, oh!
And another brain thing going on right now that I just realized, it was a hallucination within a hallucination because the girl wasn't even real.
Most of them were. Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, like, I guess it was making her hallucinate that she was going about her day, but then seeing weird things and then snapping back into reality. But she wasn't snapping back into reality. Her mother was still alive the whole time, even though she was made her think that her mother at first, like, stabbed herself, and then she's running out the door and like, oh no, I stabbed her. And but that was like the demon made that feel more grounded in reality. Because at first I was all like, I didn't know the monster could make you think that you kill or make you kill someone.
Yeah.
You know, but it only made her think that she killed someone, which it doesn't go against any rules, I guess, that like or anything that we saw in the first movie. Because, like I said, it has no rules apparently that we know of, other than like it feeds off you, and then it kills you when you're with someone. So it has someone to move on to.
And I noticed too, like, I think why they go through that, like, it continue gotta technically feed you like negativity so it can feed it. Like just giving you like little things like that breaking you down gradually.
Kind of like it, where like it feeds off of fear, but then it transforms into something to scare the shit out of you to feed off that fear. You know, especially in the book. In the book, it's a lot more like it transforms into things the kids are afraid of.
And I think I noticed it shows actually when the person reached their breaking point and they don't have nothing left.
Oh, with her in the bathroom?
No, like even with the guy that she was getting pills from, you know how like he was screaming, like he reached his breaking point, and then that's when he started choking. Then that's when the thing take over, then kills the host. Then at the end, like she's screaming, then she just, I can't take no more. Just
she thought she was screaming, but then it cuts to what everyone else is seeing, and it's just she looks like she's having like a seizure.
But it's a breaking point in her mind.
I just thought about too. It's like he had free control of his body. Like she saw him freaking out, going insane. That she didn't have control of her body at the end.
Yeah, I think she did. But you know, everybody got their own way of dealing with a breaking point.
Well, but no, but it cuts to like all of that was a hallucination, and now she's on stage. But what led to her going on stage? Was she lucid up until that point?
Oh no, I think the
because the other guy was. He was aware that shit was happening to him.
Mm-hmm. I guess it affects people. But he was fucking high on coke.
I think. Oh yeah, maybe. Oh, you think the coke knocks out the fucking hallucinations?
No, like
he was on Molly or something too.
It probably amplified it. That's why he was screaming and like,
for sure.
Like
the monster couldn't control him in real life because he was so fucked up.
And he probably was like, I'm gonna kill this man right now.
This guy has been coked the fuck out playing this fucking pinball machine for 3 days alone in his house. There's finally someone to fucking visit him. I'm done with this. This how that ended.
And then like I think right then he probably the entity kind of probably sped it up like I got a pop star right here.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh, this bitch is gonna be.
Oh, I'm gonna send you to this room in here.
And I'm sure he waited until she was in that crowd too. That's probably why he released her at that point.
He probably. I think the entity was like kind of
he's
strategizing to
a fucking
this point.
smart motherfucker. I mean, we've realized that he's a smart motherfucker, like with the hallucinations and with the way that he planned everything out too, which is very intriguing.
Very.
Because in the first one, he doesn't really communicate with the victim in any way. In this one, he's like fucking straight talking to her like as herself. He's all like, "Oh, I just love being in your skin," which that also is probably like he was controlling her. Up until that point.
Pretty much like, and I think of course, if he's feeding it, it's getting stronger.
Yeah.
So I think that's like he's strong enough to actually get creative with this stuff now.
Maybe. It brings up a lot of questions, and of course I'm sure that's what the director Parker Finn really like wanted, you know.
And another interesting thing that just popped in my head, when she was in the bar talking to the guy, and he explained all the things, all the people that was possessed before her, like it was a nurse, like and all that. I'm like,
he used
all that. He used all that in her hallucinations.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
The doctor.
Because that guy was never really there, was he? I was
He's
saying
the guy that actually got killed.
There's a weird like focus on him, like when they showed like just him on the frame, it would be like a weird close up with the wide angle lens that I found kind of odd.
Yeah.
And yeah, but at the same time, it's like, why even introduce that guy to her? Well, I guess maybe, like you were saying, maybe to try to give her a little hope.
Yeah, like, that's like, somebody that's already down, then you give them, like, this isn't any type of, like, hope movie or something like that. You're thinking, oh, yeah, things turning around, and, pow, you're slapped in the face, and you get 12 times deeper, and it's just like, oh, this is
It's like, well, fuck this.
like, this is like the middle of like a Hot Pocket.
No, shit.
This is the good part. No, yeah, we made it to, yes. Oh, now I'm finna just finish it. Then now, well,
and it's cold again.
Finish. And now you got a mic drop.
For sure. So, yeah, like we said, acting on point. Little special effects were in there. This, it was CG. It was alright. It was pretty good. The gore was great.
Yeah.
The production was really fucking good.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
These horror movies have been getting, like, way, way better. I mean, the first one was really excellent as well. But the second one, I think...
Oh, up the ante.
Yeah, up the ante. They really, like, the money was on the screen, this one. Fantastic. Soundtrack, I thought it was really good. There was really haunting audio keys, very like operatic kind of feeling at certain points. At the very end, when the demon is like going, like splitting out and going into her, oh my gosh, that was crazy too. The fucking
mouth,
that it was very eerie sounds when they would show like what is it called? Not stock footage, but just a shot of like the city skyline.
Yeah.
The music,
down,
yeah, for sure. Really good music at that at those parts too.
And I really like the silences. Like,
yeah,
it was at very great.
They
parts.
really did good with the timing of certain parts. The part with the fucking the friend in the bed.
Oh my god!
I knew like something's gonna happen because she's smiling at her and like, okay, they're holding on this for a minute. And then the most left field shit with like the lights in the face.
Like,
holy fuck! I wasn't expecting that. And then that transition from like she gets out of bed and it's still dark, and then it goes
daylight,
and it's daylight.
And that was an illusion.
That had to have been an illusion. Even though it's weird because they made it seem like just. I think it's cool because they thought about this. I feel like they make it seem like as you're watching, once they show that the friend was an illusion, you think about it and you're like, oh yeah, of course, because the mom in that scene didn't even register that that the friend was there. So that had to have been an illusion.
One of you was out of place and knocked me over. Who was it?
Sky, I don't think that's what happened.
Do not tell me
even that was an illusion. So it's like it thought about it as well.
Yeah.
Which leads into our fifth point, story script. I think this is very well written.
Very.
Really It really made you think about it. Even while like technically what's happening, it's all like you don't fucking know what's happening.
Really don't. Really don't.
Which I thought was great. Like we keep saying, it upped the fucking ante.
Oh,
Like it definitely took the concept and it was like, where can we go from here? And then it just stopped at the very end where it's all like, this is where we can go.
You're right there, and
Fucking Crazyville. But I feel like that is a perfect place to stop, because if we don't get a Smile 3, it makes your mind wander. It makes you think of like, oh my gosh, what the fuck will happen next? If we do get a Smile 3, that is a little give or take. That could be a good thing or a bad thing, specifically because I do want to see what that would look like.
I feel like if it is a Smile 3, it's gonna be like a fucking apocalyptic.
Yeah,
type
zombie
thing.
smile apocalypse.
Yeah, like,
yeah, exactly.
You just revealed it to like majority of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, and it'd be hard to like cover it up because of
it's a
like
it's
all like, okay, every single person that was at that concert is dead now at a certain point, and every single person that saw those people die
live.
are dead now.
You seen cameras, because I know people was on live trying to show this stuff.
But
So-
I think that would be a really cool concept, but at the same time, it's like a lot of times when movies do that at the end, it's all like, oh, don't worry, the next movie is going to be even crazier. They kind of sort of drop the ball. One that comes to mind immediately is Jurassic World, the Jurassic World trilogy. At the end of the second one, they're like, oh, crazy. Dinosaurs are out in the wild now. It's just literally Jurassic World. They're like out in the world now.
Yeah.
You could do all kinds of crazy shit with that. You could do stuff that they still haven't done in the movies. That's from the first book, where it's like motherfuckers just shooting velociraptors with rocket launchers and shit. It's crazy, man. It's a good book. But and then they go to the next movie and it's like, oh yeah, there's some dinosaur smuggling. Other than that, nothing's changed. And it's a little. It's all like, oh, they dropped the ball right there.
Yeah.
There's other series that are like that too, where it's like they kind of up the ante at the very end of the last movie, and they kind of can't really deliver
After that, because
in the next movie.
you already here.
Because it's kind of crazy to go higher than that. But I think just based on how they did deliver on this one, I did expect this to be a good movie. I had heard a lot of good things, but I didn't expect it to like be that much better than the first. I expected to enjoy this one because I really enjoyed the first one, but I think this one was way better.
Yes.
So if they just keep that going, I think there's a lot of interesting ways they could handle a sequel, and just keep the same director too. He's Parker Finn. He knocked it out of the ballpark with both of these as well.
Yeah, I know. Even with a sequel, they can even make it a prequel. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
where did he come from?
These kind of movies, yeah, you could always do like a prequel, or not even where did he come from, just like
How did it start?
something. You could do that, or even not even delve into its origin. Just be like, oh, it's the same thing, but this time it's in the '60s, or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I want to see the very first person that did this. Though.
Yeah.
I
feel like that would take away from part of the mystery, But I do always like to wonder what the origin is, and that's another thing that they drop the ball on a lot. Prometheus with Alien, yeah, that. Oh, don't even get me fucking started about that.
I want to throw up.
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ.
Terrible.
Oh man. But I think they could do all kinds of concepts with another.
They can go. It's kind of like vast.
They could do all kinds of shit with this.
Yes.
I think it's pretty interesting. So yeah, would you recommend this one then?
Yes. I give
100%?
it 1,000 stars, bro. Like, oh
Okay.
my god, it was beautiful. They had me into it. I'm like, oh, bro. Masterpiece.
Sweet. Right on. Yeah, I recommend this one as well, especially if you like the first one. The first one is really good, in my opinion. This one is better. I mean, shit. If you wanted to see this one, you've probably already seen it. If you haven't, and you watch this and we spoiled everything for you, oops. Go watch it though. Still.
Oh yeah, like you gotta see it. You gotta see it.
Yeah, for sure. I highly recommend this one. So yeah. Any final thoughts?
This movie was just so like perfect. Like it's just like, and not Naomi. Oh, I just can't get over how. I didn't know she had this type of range.
Yeah.
Like
She's fucking terrified at points, and then you could see her like, I mean I've been through drug abuse quite a few times and recovery.
Yeah.
7 years sober, and I know how that shit goes. That's definitely how that goes.
Yeah.
She did a great job of portraying that.
Yeah, and her being a pop star, you actually believe, like, I think she can actually be a pop star in, like, real life. Like,
she was great at the choreography.
Great.
I guess she's also is a singer-songwriter, so she probably already does all of that already. Either way, multi-talented, of course. She's great. I don't know if that was her actual voice, but she has a great voice, too, if that is her actual voice. She had just all kinds of range, and then during the smile parts where she had to smile, of course, fucking creepy.
Oh my god.
The one that stood out, besides of course Jack Nicholson's son, which was just straight from The Shining. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. Bash him right the fuck in.
Magnificent.
Yeah, he really was channeling his dad in that one scene. Really good. Other than that, the little girl, yeah, near the beginning with the pigtails, holy fuck!
She embodied the creature.
That was terrifying.
Oh
Fucking creepy.
Yo.
Mm.
Crazy.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful movie. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, for sure. Highly recommend. All right, that's gonna be all from us today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I've been Gage.
And D. Have a good night.